Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel Sparsh Heal Your Life. I am Kanika Madan, and after a long break, I am here amongst all of you with another insightful video. I know it has been a long gap, but due to certain family commitments, I had to be away from all of you. And trust me on this, I missed all of you so much. Your beautiful comments, your likes, your views, your appreciations. I missed all of them. But I'm definitely back now. So today I'm not here to talk about anything in specific. But one thing that I would love to talk about, and one thing that I have been thinking about and working about in recent past is various ways we express or we come up with our anger, and various ways we express our anger amongst others around us. So जब भी हमारे साथ सबसे पहले हम इस बारे में बात करेंगे कि एंगर या गुस्सा हमें क्यों आता है. ओके, सो हमें गुस्सा या एंगर तब आता है जब लाइफ में कोई भी चीज़ हमारे हिसाब से या हमारी विन्स एंड फैंसीज के हिसाब से नहीं होती है. सो whenever there is something around us which we don't like happening, we ultimately come into a state of anger, right? हमें गुस्सा आता है, हमें ये लगता है कि ये चीज़ हमारे हिसाब से या हमारी विशेस के हिसाब से नहीं हो रही है. करेक्ट? So one thing that most of us do whenever we are angry on somebody or for something is physical aggression और वर्बल अग्रेशन, राइट? आजकल हम अपनी लाइफ्स में इतना ज़्यादा बिजी हैं, इतना ज़्यादा ऑक्यूपाइड हैं दैट वी डू नॉट हैव टाइम और एनर्जी लेफ्ट विद इन अस टू थिंक अबाउट वाई वी आर एंग्री. हम किससे गुस्सा हैं, क्यों गुस्सा हैं, हम इस गुस्से को या इस एंगर को किस तरीके से वेंट आउट करें या एक्सप्रेस करें. सो वन ईजीएस्ट वे दैट we cater to is through physical aggression. किसी पे physically aggression निकाल के, और किसी को कुछ गलत words बोलकर. So something that we mostly do is जब भी हम किसी पर किसी वजह से गुस्सा होते हैं तो हम उन्हें कुछ ऐसे words या ऐसी बातें बोल जाते हैं जो हम बाद में रियलाइज करते हैं कि वो गलत है, राइट? सेकेंड वे दैट वी यूजुअली यूज टू एक्सप्रेस आवर एंगर, और I would in fact like to say is, second way that we use through which we do not express our anger at all is that we do not talk about it, right? हम अपने एंगर को अंदर ही अंदर दबाते रहते हैं, थिंकिंग कि अगर हम सामने वाले इंसान पर गुस्सा होंगे या उन्हें एक्सप्रेस करेंगे कि हम बहुत गुस्सा हैं तो वो इंसान हमें नहीं समझेगा. सो फर्स्ट वे इज कि हम अपने गुस्से को गलत तरीके से एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, गुस्सा होकर, गलत वर्ड्स बोलकर. एंड द सेकेंड वे इज दैट वी चूज नॉट टू स्पीक इट आउट, and we choose to keep it inside. The first way ruins our relationships, and the second way ruins our mental health. अगर हम अपने गुस्से को गलत वर्ड्स यूज़ करके एक्सप्रेस करते हैं तो उससे हमारे आसपास के जो रिलेशनशिप्स हैं वो बहुत गलत तरीके से इम्पैक्ट होते हैं. We eventually it leads to losing our relationships. It impacts our relationship with the most important people in our lives. And the second way that we use is to not talk about it at all and to keep it inside. That eventually impacts our mental health. क्योंकि हमारा जो self है, that is just like a we are basically treating it like a garbage bag. हम उसको अपनी negative feelings से unknowingly भरते रहते हैं, we don't take it out, and eventually जो हमारा self है वो एक garbage bag की तरह भर जाता है and it starts stinking, which leads to unhealthy mental health. Or in other words, it impacts our mental health in a negative way, which leads to stress, depression, and anxiety, which is so very common these days with people of all age groups. फिर चाहे वो बच्चा हो या एक एडोलसेंट हो या फिर एक एडल्ट हो, everybody these days is using only these two ways to express their anger. There is another beautiful way that we can use in a healthy way to express our anger or express our feelings to the other person with whom we are angry, right? And that is the roadway to self-expression. Self-expression, which means to express our self, and this expression is through our words. But unlike the first way, in this way we express our feelings or our emotions or our anger in a much politer manner and a healthy way. Let's take an example to understand these three ways better. So let's suppose that we are working in an MNC and our boss, like any other boss, would want us to do something which we don't like to do, right? हमारा जो बॉस है वो चाहते हैं कि हम कोई ऐसा टास्क फुलफिल करें जो हम नहीं चाहते करना, right? And that situation leads us in a not so very happy moment. हम उस सिचुएशन में एंग्री हो जाते हैं. सो अगर हम फर्स्ट पाथ को चूज करेंगे, उसमें हम अपने बॉस को एक अनहेल्दी वे में शाउट करके एक्सप्रेस करेंगे कि वो टास्क हमारे लिए नहीं है, और वी डोंट वांट टू डू दैट, वी वुड नॉट डू दैट. दैट माइट लीड टू a loss of our job, that might spoil our relationship with our boss, right? The second pathway that we might choose is we might choose not to talk to our boss about it. हम अपनी उस फीलिंग को, हम अपने उस थॉट को अपने अंदर ही दबा देंगे, ये सोचकर कि हमारा जो बॉस है वो हमारी बात को नहीं he or she would not understand our emotions or our feelings. उससे क्या होगा, इवेंचुअली धीरे धीरे अगर हम हमेशा इस पाथवे को चूज़ करेंगे तो हम हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ को हैम्पर कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज अगर हम अपने बॉस को ये चीज़ एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर रहे दैट वी डोंट लाइक डूइंग दिस टास्क, देन डेफिनेटली हम उस टास्क को ज़बरदस्ती फुलफिल करेंगे. और कोई भी काम ज़बरदस्ती बिना मन से हम बहुत लंबे टाइम तक फुलफिल नहीं कर सकते हैं. इवेंचुअली हम उस जॉब से बोर हो जाएंगे या इरिटेट होंगे या फ्रस्ट्रेट होंगे, और हमारा जो वो एंगर है वो अलग अलग तरीक़ों से आसपास के लोगों पर निकलेगा. वी माइट गो बैक होम एंड बी एंग्री ऑन आवर पार्टनर और आवर किड्स और आवर पेरेंट्स. या ऐसा भी हो सकता है that we might eventually develop this feeling of jealousy or guilt towards, so we might feel jealous amongst our co-workers. We might feel guilty for not fulfilling our task at work. So the third way that we can beautifully choose to express our feelings is to talk it out. Talk to your boss. Tell him or her that this specific task is not meant for you. This is not my forte. This is not something that I've been working here for. Or maybe you can sit down with your boss and look for ways to fulfill that task in a much better manner, which suits you and your boss in a better way. I'm sure there are ways out. The only thing that you have to do is to think about how you can talk to the other person and express and tell him or her that there is something which is bothering you. There is something which is hurting you. There is something which you are not liking about your work. And for the other person with whom a person chooses to talk or share, it's your responsibility to openly listen to that person. It is not so that doesn't mean that you have to agree to what the other person tells you there, but it's your responsibility to at least listen, because the other person might have taken out time or lots of energy to talk to you about his or her emotions. Talking to someone about your emotions, about your feelings, is not very easy. It's not easy at all. So if someone chooses to come to you and share with you what he or she is feeling, it's your responsibility to provide that person with that open space to listen to him or her. You have to be that open space. Only then this world would be a much better place to live in, because difference of opinion, difference of thoughts is present everywhere. No two person can think same way in any situation possible. So look for ways to work it out. It is not important, it's not necessary to agree to everything the other person tells you or asks you for, but listening to the other person is definitely important and very, very necessary. Be that open space. Be that space for the other person to come to you and share his or her concerns. And be that person who chooses to talk and not fight or yell or subside your emotions. Roadway to self-expression is by talking it out. So this was a short message for all of you, and a comeback video that I'm here, and I would be there with more such videos and more such content to enlighten you. Thank you so much for listening to what I had to share with you. Lots of love and blessings and greetings your way.